Take us through some of that history. Some of the biggest sell-offs of all time have come in October.
29, 87,
And then what
78,
happened?
And then they turn around, especially in these midterm years. So everyone was calling sell and May dead, but they forgot that the tail end of that is October. And here we have this month that sits at a juncture in the market's calendar where things tend to get turned around.
Why do turnarounds why do sell-offs take hold in October often?
Well,
and why do turnarounds take hold?
The fact that it's sitting there at the beginning of the fourth quarter, which is a time where there's a lot of jockeying for position. You see a lot of selling in September after the end of the third quarter, window dressing, portfolio managers, fund managers moving things around and getting geared up for the end of the year. Then there's the October 31st mutual fund deadline where they have to sell positions in order to make distributions by year end. And you've got the history, the phobia that has become a little bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy. So it's where it sits on the calendar for the market, where it sits on the calendar for tax purposes.
It's not just voodoo. There are reasons here.
No. It's people moving things around, getting set for year end to make numbers, to make things look better, to make adjustments.
Are these seasonal patterns, though, muted by the fact that passive investing through ETFs have really taken a hold? And so there won't be as much of this active jockeying that you're talking about?
Maybe not as often, but it's still there. I mean, there's still people, and these passive investment things are still programmed by people who live. I mean, one of the examples of these patterns continue to persist is the daily patterns. You hear Jim Cramer talking about looking for that. I want to see it rally at 3 to 3:30.
Well, 2 o'clock is usually when the sell-offs really kick in.
That's something that's been in the Almanac for 50 years. And the reason why it still works is because people still do things. You need that Diet Coke, that coffee, whatever, to get you through the afternoon. You see dips at lunch. So human behavior is still persistent. It has changed over years. I mean, sell and May didn't exist before World War II because it was a farming economy where the market went up from May through harvest. So things do change a bit. Right now, I think, we're seeing it persist and exist for us.
What about the fact that elections, when they happen in November, so that's not far away from October?
Another good point. We saw some of the last times we had these drops was right around the Trump presidential election. Prior to it, we had some Fed fears of rates going up and some other things going on in September with news and that sort of thing, where we had a big 2% day in September 2016. And then after the election on November 7th, we had a pop in the market there.